Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys a little bit about signs that your third eye is opening. I know that this is really kind of a very important topic, a very talked about topic, as there are many of you right now that are just starting to awaken, just starting to really connect to your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities, your energy of others. There's so much, and there are changes going on with you while you are awakening and while your third eye is opening up. So I really wanted to come up here today and talk to you about a few things that you could be wondering about. Because I know when I first started my awakening, when I first started really getting in tune with myself and my intuitive abilities, some of the time, honestly, I really wouldn't know what the hell was going on, and I thought that I might be going crazy. And I know that's really very common for many of us. So I want to put everyone's minds at ease today and to talk to you about some of the things that you might be feeling and going through, and I will explain them to you as well. And so there are so many things that happen when we do awaken and when we do open ourselves up to all that is possible in this amazing universe. And when we start to see the bigger picture of life and realize that our reality is much more than we ever really thought. And that means that your third eye is opening and you are starting to really come to a realization there. And there are many different effects that your body and your mind will go through as your third eye opens and as you start to awaken. You may start to feel more connected to all energy. You may start to see, hear, or feel things, or you may even feel some physical discomforts that you can't really explain. So, here I'm going to go over some of the 5 major shifts that you will feel while you're going through the awakening process. First off, when your third eye is starting to open, you may feel that there is a bigger purpose for yourself. You will feel that there's something bigger for you. And you may start to feel that you are seeing things from all perspectives, and that there's a sense of compassion and understanding for all living creatures on this earth that you may have never really felt before. And that's a good thing, right? Like, we should always have that compassion. Everybody should always have that kind of compassion. And you will start to connect with other people and animals and other kinds of living energy. You will start to connect with others in a way that you have never experienced before. You will start to feel a stronger connection to nature and to Gaia energy, to Mother Earth. And you may be feeling an urge to start spending more time outside as you are picking up on all the natural energy that is available to us. You may start to realize that your sixth sense and your intuition are growing as you are starting to receive information about people, places, and things that you may not quite understand yet. Don't worry. I promise you, this is all normal. And it just takes time and some experience in finding out how it is that you can control all that is going on around you and all that is going on within you. You will start also to realize that your clairs are starting to open up for you. And when I say clairs, this is in direct relation to your sixth senses. So we all have many ways to connect with our sixth sense, okay? And let me go through these ways with you right now. First, there's clairvoyance, which is to see. Clairaudience, which is to hear. Clairsentience, which is to feel. Claircognizance, which is to know. Clairgustance, which is to taste. And clairalience, which is to smell. As you're opening yourself up, these abilities will start to become more prominent for some of you. And it can be a bit confusing at first. Trust me, I know. A lot of us know, I'm sure. But it can start to be a bit more confusing at first, as it is common for people to think that they are going crazy. But in all reality, when it really comes down to it, you're not. You're not going crazy. You're just experiencing life in a totally different way, in a much more beautiful way, in a much more open way. So you are just starting to connect here with the bigger picture, which includes your natural abilities that have been stifled for years. You know, when we're born into this beautiful world, into this plane, into this dimension, onto this earth, you are born with a completely beautiful, clean pineal gland, which is directly correlated to our third eye. That is our gland, our organ in our body. That is our third eye, and it is clean. It is not calcified or toxified. And when you're born, you're open to all of that. You've always hear about kids having imaginary friends, or kids who talk about, you know, seeing ghosts in their bedrooms, things like that. That's not just all imagination. That is because children are more connected to the spirit world. They are more connected to that high vibrational energy. They are pure. They are innocent. They haven't been taught to feel or think a certain way. They haven't been fed all of these foods that really do hinder us where it comes to the opening of our third eye and the opening of our natural intuitive abilities. So when I was just talking about our clairs, our different clairs, let me explain them just a little bit more for you. Where it comes to our clairvoyance, to see, that is directly related to your third eye. Your clairvoyance is where you may see visions, and I'm not just talking with your physical eye, but within your third eye, within your mind's eye. You may start to see people. If you're a medium, you're going to start to see people from the other side. You're going to start to see spirits. You may start to see symbols. You may start to connect with some angels or spirit guides or things of that nature. Sometimes you will see some things with your physical eye. Honestly, I recently had my dear kitty pass away 3 weeks ago, and I am, as of the past few weeks, I have been seeing him with my physical eye as well. I am a bit more connected though now than I was years ago. But now, you know, I will catch glimpses of him around the house. So it's not just physical eyes that you will be seeing things with, but more importantly with your mind's eye, your third eye. That is clairvoyance. And next, clairaudience, to hear. You may start to hear things. You may start to get messages where you are hearing a voice. And I know that can sound kind of scary because you always hear, oh my goodness, I'm hearing voices, I'm going crazy. No, that's not always the case. What happens to me too, where it comes to clairaudience, is when I'm in the hypnagogic state, which is that state where you are just starting to fall asleep or you are just starting to wake up. You are really close to the sleep state, to the dream state there. That's when I really tend to hear spirits, people talking to me. I'll hear my name called. I will hear conversations in the background. And obviously I know that there is nobody else really around in my house at that time that would be having conversations. That is what clairaudience is when you start to hear things. Then you have your clairsentience, which is to feel. And that is very much correlated with people who are empaths or HSPs, highly sensitive people. That is one of my main clairs that I've always had, is clairsentience, to feel. I can feel other people's emotions. I can connect to people that way. I connect to people's energy, and I can feel what it is that they are going through. Over the years, I've obviously learned how to protect myself from that, because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, you will pick up on some people's crap that you really don't want to, whether it be worry, stress, anxiety, anger, things of that nature. You will learn you will learn how to protect yourself from that and how to release those feelings as well. I actually do teach about that quite often. But that is clairsentience, and that is the clair of to feel. Then we have claircognizance, which is another one of my big, most powerful clairs, and that is to know, your sense of knowing. That that is, claircognizance can be kind of difficult to explain because you just know stuff. You just know things. For instance, and I know you probably all of you have experienced this. Let's say you're driving to work and you have this feeling. You just know that you shouldn't take that normal route that you go to work. You should go a different way, and you go the different way only to find out later that maybe there was a major accident or something that happened on the route that you would normally take. That's just, you have that knowing. And I will tell you, as a parent, that's a really great clair to have. I used to use it on my boys all the time. They're grown now, but when they were younger, I would call them out on stuff, and I'll be like, I know what was going on. I know what you did. And of course, as a parent, you have that parent's intuition anyways. But I would call them out on some stuff, and they would just look at me, be like, Mom, how did you know that? And I'd be like, I just know stuff, guys. So watch out. So that is claircognizance. You just know. It's the ability to know things without any rhyme or reason. Then we have clairgustance, which is to taste. And where it comes to intuitive abilities, clairgustance, and I'm going to use the Long Island medium as an example here. I'm sure that most of you, if not a lot of you, have heard of the Long Island medium, Teresa Caputo. She's a very famous medium nowadays on TV and elsewhere. But you'll notice in her readings that she does that sometimes she'll be like, I taste blood in my mouth. And that will give her, that's a direct symbol for her as to maybe how somebody passed away or to a certain ailment that somebody had. Sometimes you may taste things that are in relation to, let's say maybe you taste garlic, and the person you're connecting with was a big fan of cooking with garlic or loved to eat garlic. That's how the clairgustance comes into play. And then there is clairalience, which is to smell. And that's directly related to your sense of smell. I do have a quick story about this, of how it affects me. A few months back, my husband, I didn't realize at the time, was at the store. He was grocery shopping. I was in my room here doing some work. All of a sudden, I started smelling brownies cooking. I got super excited. I ran out to the kitchen because brownies. So I ran out to the kitchen. I opened the oven. The oven's not on. There's nothing in the oven. Nobody's home. But I'm telling you, I was like, damn it. I smelled cooking brownies. What is going on? Well, 20 minutes later, doesn't my husband walk in the door with brownie mix to make for dessert that night, for brownies for us. And it was just funny, as since our boys are out on their own, they're grown, we're empty nesters. We used to make brownies when they were around and they were home all the time for them, but we hadn't made brownies probably in over 6 months. So it was funny, as I was connecting to what I was going to have for dessert that night. It was a pretty awesome way to find out, to be honest with you. But that is clairalience, which is that sense of smell. Next, as your clairs do start to open up, you will start to feel some physical effects of this as well. Generally, you will start to feel tingling and maybe heat in certain areas of your body where your chakras are opening up and connecting. We do have 7 major chakras in our body, from our base, from the bottom of our spine, all the way up to the crown of our head. We actually have hundreds of chakras in our bodies, but we have the 7 major ones. And as you are opening up, you are becoming more aware of your chakra system and all of the energy that flows through them. And you will start to really connect with your chakras and your chakra system as well as your clairs are opening up. You also may sometimes feel a pressure around your head, around the crown of your head, from your third eye, around here, up to top here, up at the top of your head. And that is your third eye opening up and your crown opening up. That is what you are going to feel. You're going to start to feel maybe some kind of a pressure or a tingling. A lot of times that'll happen while you meditate. Sometimes people too will feel the pressure in the back of their head as well. But that's also, if you directly down through your crown, your pineal gland is really directly down in the center of your brain. And that is a lot of the time where those sensations will come from. You will feel that pressure, or you will feel that tingling. Sometimes some people will get headaches at this point as well. And I am going to say now too that if it's something that is reoccurring and it really doesn't feel right, please, I always suggest and always say, go to your doctor. If you're not feeling right, don't just automatically brush it off as a spiritual symptom. I'm not telling you that isn't the case, because obviously I'm here talking to you about it. But let's always be safe, let's be smart, and let's get all other reasons or ailments or things that may be happening to you physically out of the way before you directly go to think that it is something spiritual that's happening to you. Okay, I just always want to say that as a disclaimer for everybody, because we all need you to be healthy and here and ready to share these gifts that are opening up to you and to shine your light, right? So just keep that in mind as well. It's not always spiritual symptoms, it can be physical symptoms as well. You may also start to notice a change in what your body can physically tolerate where it comes to certain foods that you are used to even eating, and even drinks and alcohol. As your body is awakening, it is reaching a higher vibration level, which can affect how your body processes certain foods. And you may feel inclined to eat more fruits and vegetables, as well as more organic and raw foods as well. These foods help our physical bodies to align with our spirit as our spirit is growing and evolving. So you will also want to make sure that you are staying properly hydrated, as water is very important for any light worker or any person doing this kind of intuitive work or working on their psychic abilities. Water is very important. It's a conduit for spirit, and it's very important to stay extremely hydrated. And again, you really may be feeling more inclined to be eating more fruits and vegetables and really high vibration foods, as that is going to help your physical body to align with your spiritual body as you connect more with all of the energy that is around you and with spirit in general. Your vibration level, your energetic vibration level is going to rise, and you're going to need to keep your body healthy and in alignment with that as well, with these really high vibrational foods. You will start to realize too that you will start working through certain emotions that you may have been holding on to from your past, and it is things that are really important to you. And as your third eye is opening, it allows for you to be more in tune with the energy that you hold within yourself. Again, that has very much to do with your chakras and your whole chakra system. And when you awaken, you really are evolving and growing. And in order for that to happen fully, we have to be able to accept all the shadow work that is going to come with that and present itself to us. And when I say shadow work, I'm talking about all of the crap that we don't want to deal with. The stuff that's hard, the stuff that's stressful, the stuff that we've been holding on to for a very long time, that is shadow work. And as we accept these feelings and emotions, we are working through and we're releasing the stagnant energy that we've been holding on to for a lifetime, really. And it may not be easy, I'm not going to lie. There's going to be some work there. It's going to be some self-work that you're going to need to do there. But it is so important for us to really explore the hard and negative feelings that we may have been holding on to. And when we do that, we are giving ourselves the opportunity to really release these feelings and to get rid of this energetic, this negative energy, this energetic space that's been underneath and hold up within us. And once we release that, it opens up so much other space for really positive energy and other opportunities to take that place of that energetic space within us. So that is really, really important work to do. And don't get worried if you are starting to feel that you may be a bit more emotional or going through some things lately, or you have these issues that you thought that you were over, that you got through, that had affected you from maybe from a kid, or as a teenager, or in your 20s, or whatever stage of life you are in. You may start to be getting some more things coming up again. And just know that it's okay. You can process through this, and you're going to want to release all of this and finally work through it all, as it's really just going to open you up more energetically to everything wonderful that is headed your way. So those are just a few things that I wanted to talk to you about, as I know that it could be a very confusing time. And these are things that we need to pay attention to within ourselves, so that we know that we are on the right track, and that you are okay and you are healthy and you are just going through a transition. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to comment here. I'm always checking out my videos on YouTube. You can also check me out on my Spirit and Sage Healing Facebook page. I post a lot there. You can keep up with me there as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you all very soon. Take care. Bye, guys.